Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Minecraft Feed the Beast series. And today, as you can see, we are back over at the village test site because I wanted to test some things today and I didn't feel like doing it over at the arcology. It didn't feel right to test it over there because once I get all this stuff sorted here and figure it out, it's going to take a lot of reworking over at the arcology to get it how I want it. But today we are over here because we are going to be working with something that a lot of you have been asking me to give a go at for quite a while now, and that is Applied Energistics. Now, I've kind of avoided it because of the resource cost and the fact that I don't have a clue whatsoever what I'm doing when it comes to Applied Energistics. But, you know what? I'm to a point now, especially with my assembly table room at the arcology and all of my quarries, that I have more than enough resources and more than enough manufacturing capability to go ahead and start trying this out. So that's what we're going to do today. Now, in my inventory, I have already made a few things prior to the episode because I needed the assembly tables back at the arcology. For instance, these Emmy basic processors and advanced processors. If we hit for their recipe, you can either smelt them from these assembly or processor assemblies that you can make with shaped crafting with one of these quartz cutting knives. But instead, I just decided to go with the assembly table because it's much cheaper. Just a single piece of silicone for this basic processor with redstone and a gold ingot. And for the advanced one, you replace the gold with a diamond, and you're good to go in the assembly table. So I went ahead and did that on my own. I also made one of these conversion matrices, because it required one of those basic processors and then just some shape crafting to throw some redstone, quartz, and iron in there. And we have that, which is going to be an essential part for one of the recipes we need to do today. But beyond that, yeah, we pretty much have to make everything else. I just wanted to get these out of the way as the assembly tables are, well, way over there. And yes, what we have to build, from what I've been told, the most basic system for Applied Energistics requires an Emmy controller, an access terminal, and a drive. You could, instead of a drive, use one of these Emmy chests, but the chests aren't expandable from what I was told, so they're kind of a waste because they roughly cost the same amount of resources as an Emmy drive, and the drive, you can add these storage components into it to make it even bigger so that it can hold more stuff overall. Now, I've been told that the 1K is basically useless, but just for getting started today and testing to figure this out, this is what I'm going to make today for our drive. But yeah, I've been told that basically anything under a 64K storage is pointless because they don't hold enough. But yeah, we're gonna make a 1K one today anyways, just because, well, we're experimenting, we're testing. So we are gonna start by making ourselves a controller, which is pretty simple. Just the 4 quartz, that advanced processor, and 4 iron. So if we actually go over to our crafting table here and plop that so we actually have the recipe there. Just to put that down, 4 quartz and 4 iron. Now this quartz is a terrain spawn from Applied Energistics, so since I originally started with just the Minecraft pack, which doesn't have Applied Energistics, I did have to go a small ways away to mine the stuff, but I didn't have to go too far, because honestly I haven't explored as much of this world as I generally do whenever I'm on a Minecraft server or game or save file, whatever you want to be on. But yeah, so didn't have to go too far to get these, and it is the primary component in basically everything in here. So yes, back to work though. The controller, simple, advanced processor, some quartz and some iron. Let's pop that down there. And then let's make ourselves the terminal, which is glass, iron, conversion matrix, and oh, Emmy cable. I actually forgot to make that. Basically, from what I was told, Emmy Cabling is what you use to connect all of your ME devices together. It's think of it like the pipes in Buildcraft. They transfer stuff all over the place. And, well, to make them, you need to make some of this quartz fiber cable. Well, it's at least how I'm going to be making it today, which is from quartz dust and glass. So if we just... Now, let's just make that many. That should be more than enough for our purposes today. We're just doing some basic things. Plop that down and bring all you guys back. And then the second bit of the recipe is quite simple. It's just chuck those on there with redstone and you are good to go. You've got plenty of ME cabling. And yeah, pretty simple. So back to the access terminal. Now for that we need this conversion matrix that I built earlier. One of these ME cables, some glass, some iron, and there we go. We have ourselves an access terminal. And last but certainly not least, or actually probably the most important because it actually stores everything, we have the drive, which we need 2 of these processors for, the chest, 2 glass, and 4 iron ingots. Nice and simple. Now, actually, while we're in here, we might as well make the 1k storage unit, which is fairly simple to make. We need to make a storage cell first, though. So if we take 4 redstone, 1 more of these processors, and 4 quartz, that gives us a storage cell, which is fairly important when you're making like the larger ones. You basically just have to make more storage cells to hook together with things. So like for this one, you need to make storage cells, and they combine them into storage segments to then make a storage block, and so forth and so on. But for this one, we're just going to go with a basic storage cell. That should serve our purposes just fine for, again, experimentation. And we just put that in there with some glass, redstone, and iron. There we are. We have a 1k storage upgrade. Now, this needs power, and I believe it can use either MJs or EUs, but with basically everything I do, I like the EUs. So we need to put down this controller first, and there we go. It's powered up, and then next to it, the terminal. And then after that, the drive. And now, with these connected all together by being next to each other, they're all networked. But say I wanted to put the drive over here, I could, and then I just need to put some of that ME cabling between them. Basically, everything has to be connected to one another, either by being adjacent or through ME cables. That's how it all networks. And as you can see on the controller, it shows that we have the drive and the terminal. And so that should all be good to go. And yeah, from the terminal here, this is basically how we view everything that's on the network. So any inventory we have in any drives that are connected to this terminal will show up in here. That is my understanding of it, at least. As I said, I've never actually done this, but that's what I've been told. Oop, I don't need that. So what we need to do is actually put something in this drive, and it's pretty simple. You just take your storage upgrade and plop that in, and we have 1K. And as you can see, it's kind of like a server rack. It shows that we have a drive right there. So you can imagine that, say, one of these 64K storage bits, having all of those filled in here, you would have a whole lot of storage capacity. Basically, one of these drives filled with this would be more than enough to store my entire warehouse system that I currently have in just one little block. So that's why everyone keeps telling me to try it out, and why I really should give it a go. And now, okay, I'm not 100% sure how you actually go about using this, though. Do I just... No, okay, so that it means nothing there. That is purely a controller to show everything's linked together. So do I put things... Ah, yes, I just put stuff into here like that. And again, no matter where it is in the system, these will show up. So if we had multiple of these drives, it'll show up all in here, which I am actually curious. I keep hitting E. I actually wish I would have brought some more blocks with me. No, I don't have any in there. Because it might have been interesting to see, because it has that count number there, and I'm wondering if it does this by stacks or not. I'm going to do a cut here real quick, because I'm going to go and grab some stuff from my warehouse to check to see how things stack in here. Ooh, actually, wait, do I need to do that? No, we have stuff here from our testing that we were doing. Excellent, that should work, because we've already got dirt in here, so if we just plop that in... yeah, so it just, everything is in one stack on here. And, okay, so these are sort by order, view... Alright, that's cool. Craftable. Okay, so yeah, we can switch between stored items or craftable items. That's interesting. Yeah, but I like that everything is on one, and so right now... I keep hitting E. Or right now, everything that we store, we can only store, as you can see, 40 bytes used out of 1,024, and 2 types of 63. So, basically, we have 63 different types of materials so that we could put in there. So right now we had cobblestone and dirt, so we can hold up to 63. And, so yeah, that definitely wouldn't hold a whole lot, though. I mean, that's maybe 3 stacks worth of stuff in the drive at the moment, and that's taking up 40, and out of 1,024. So yeah, definitely a good few of these you would need to make any substantial dent in your storage system. But yeah, this is just the very, very basics of applied energistics. There is a lot more to it. If we go back to this here, we have things like import buses and export buses, and the storage bus. This you use apparently to connect to other storage devices. So if we wanted to hook this system into, say, one of these chests, or perhaps an ender chest, you know, using an ender chest to move stuff from a quarry into your applied energistic storage system, you could use this bus right here to connect into everything. And then you have the import bus, which I believe you use to bring things into the system. So, say you have a furnace, an electric furnace, you can export stuff from the ME storage system into the furnace with this, and then export it from the furnace, or, well, take it out of the furnace and then import it back into the system with this. I believe it might possibly be the other way around, but I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. This brings stuff back into the system, that takes it out of the system. I mean, it makes sense in my head, but I may be a little bit wrong on that. Now, there are also, like, storage monitors and other various bits of equipment that I'm not 100% sure I know what they do, but yeah, you can use, like, wireless access points to access your storage anywhere that you need it to be. So this could be a very interesting way of going about our storage solution and getting everything into our different manufacturing sections. But you got to remember, every bit of it uses power. So the power comes into the system from here, and it will use power whenever you put in things or take stuff out. So you have to have a good method of powering it. So right now I've just got an MFSU with a battery pack in there. But yeah, with our system that we've got set up over at the Arcology, that shouldn't be an issue. But yeah, this is definitely going to be something I think that will be interesting. It basically makes all the work I did putting up that whole warehouse system moot. Because, like I said, I honestly think one of these drives filled entirely with 64K storage units would replace my entire warehouse system. But yeah, I'll have to definitely check that out in the future. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. Just a basic look at the very, very bare bones basics of applied energistics. I'm definitely going to have to look into it more, though, because, well, this does look quite interesting. So I hope you all enjoyed and that you come back for the next episode. But until then, my friends, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.